Welcome to this crash lecture on numbers. I am Opairi Benson with Glitz Edu Consult, and today it's all about numbers. The purpose of this lecture is to get you acquainted with numbers so that whatever you do, wherever you go, you don't get confused by numbers, particularly those big numbers. Sometimes we find ourselves in public spaces or in public service doing one thing or the other. Even kids in school, some of them struggle with numbers. So at the end of this lecture, I believe I would have been able to get you acquainted to the numbers, and you'll be able to pronounce just any numbers to the quadrillion. Yes, quadrillion. So we'll go on with this right away. First of all, I believe you all know your single digit numbers. When a number has just one digit, it's easy to pronounce. For example, this is 0, and this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. They are easy to pronounce. And then as well, when you have two digit numbers, they are also easy to pronounce. 1 and 0 gives you 10, 1 and 1 gives you 11, 1 and 2 gives you 12, 2 and 3 gives you 23, 3 and 5 gives you 35, 4 and 6 gives you 46, 5 and 8 gives you 58, 7 and 9 gives you 79, 7 and 0 gives you 70, 9 and 1 gives you 91. Again, you have numbers that come with 3 digits as well. So when you have 3 digits numbers, for example, what you have here, 100 gives you 100, 105 gives you 105, 120 gives you 120, 412 gives you 412, 631 gives you 631, 854 gives you 854, and 966 gives you 966. It kind of becomes more difficult when you now have from 4 digits number and above. However, I believe children in primary 2, primary 3 should be able to pronounce 4 digit numbers, such that you have 1005, that will be 1005, 3124 will be 3124, 6099 would be 6099, and 8362 will be 8362. You see, I have intentionally included a comma here because that's the lesson we're actually coming to. It's about the commas to start with. So even if you don't know at this point how to pronounce 4 digit numbers, don't worry. As we go ahead in the lecture, you will get to see how to pronounce 4 digit numbers and even more. So let's get on with it. When you are giving a number, any number you are giving, like this one on the screen, when you are giving a number like this and you are told to pronounce, what are you supposed to do? Now I'll go ahead to the board and demonstrate how you are supposed to treat this number, and then I'll come back on screen and re-emphasize for emphasis sake, so that you get really familiar with the process, the steps you're supposed to take to be able to pronounce just any number. This number is really large, right? But you'll get to see how easy it is to pronounce this number. So let's go. You have 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, and then you have 2, 3, 1. You have 9, 8, 7, and then there is 4, 5, 6, and then there's 7, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8. So that's the number on the board. How do you pronounce this number? First thing you do is to separate the digits of these numbers in groups of 3. In groups of 3. Starting from the right, start your counting from the right. That's towards the end of the number. That's where you start your counting from, so that you can separate these numbers in groups of 3 digits. So you begin 1, 2, 3. 7 is the third digit. So after 7, between 7 and 6, you put a comma, such that after the comma, you now have 3 digits. Again, you count 1, 2, 3. Put a comma. That's 4, 5, 6 is 3 digits. 7, 8, 9. Put a comma after 9. 1, 3, 2. Put a comma after that. 1, 5, 4, 6. Put a comma. 1, 2, 3. There's no need for a comma because we don't have any more digits ahead of that. So how do we pronounce this number? Having separated the digits in groups of 3s, even if there was no 1 here, there's no problem. It doesn't matter that the last one must be 3. It can be just 1 digit, it can be 3 digits. It depends on how the comma went. But remember, you place the comma starting from the right. If you don't do it from the right, you won't be able to pronounce the number appropriately. So having done the separation of the digits of the number in digits of 3, sets of 3, the next thing is to, in this crash lecture, this is a crash lecture method I'm presenting to you, but it's still right all the same. The next thing you do is to give the groups of 3 what I call the group names. So for this set of 3, what is the group name? The first set of 3 does not have any group name, no group name. So you only mention the number 798. But let me come back to something. You see, having separated the numbers, how do you pronounce each group of 3s? Each group of 3s is pronounced independently. For example, this is 798, know that. This is 456, know that. This is 987. This is 231. This is 645, and this is 123. Just know that you pronounce every group of 3 digits on their own, like as if they are just a number of their own. What now separates them is the group name you give to them after you pronounce the number, the group name you give. So, like I said, the first set of 3 digits does not have any group name. The second set has a group name, and what's the group name of the second set? It's called 1000, the 1000 group. And then the third set is called the million group. And then the next set is called the billion group. And then the next set is called the trillion group. And then the next set of 3 is called the quadrillion set of 3s. So what it means is that this number is pronounced 798 without group name. Then this one is pronounced 456,000. You call it 1,000. After you have mentioned 456, you call it 1,000. Then this next one, you mention 987, you call it million. 231, call it billion. So this will be 645 trillion, and this will be 123 quadrillion. Take note, I did my comma, I separated the numbers in 3 digits, starting my commas from the right. And by the way, you can use spaces to separate the sets of 3 digits. You can use spaces or use comma, but it's common to use comma, and it's convenient for me to use comma at this point. So you use comma to separate digits, and then starting from the right. As well, when it comes to giving them their group names, you also start from the right to give group names, knowing that the first set of 3 digits does not have any group name. The next one is what? As you can see on the board, 1,000. The next one is what? As you can see on the board, million. The next one is what? As you can see on the board, billion. And the next one is what? As you can see on the board, trillion. And then after that, you have the quadrillion. All right? A time will come when quadrillion will be in common use. For now, it's not very common in our day-to-day business and activities, but a time is coming in the future where you will be dealing with quadrillions, amounts as large as quadrillion. So having said that, this is how you now pronounce finally. You do the pronunciation starting from the left. All right. Having done the comma from the right, the group names from the right, the last thing is you pronounce starting from the left. So let's pronounce this. 123 quadrillion, 645 trillion, 231 billion, 987 million, 456,798. This is how this number is pronounced. All right, now coming back here, let's see how we did it on the screen. Now, the first thing to do, like I said earlier, is to do what? separate the digits in threes with commas or spaces counting from the right. So that has been done here. This is the number. We counted 1, 2, 3, place the first comma. 1, 2, 3, we place the second comma. 1, 2, 3, we place the third comma. 1, 2, 3, we place the next comma. 1, 2, 3, we place the next comma, and there is no need for another comma because this is just 3 and there is no digit after that. So we stop there. After you have placed the comma in the right places, starting from the right end of the number, from the right, then what's the next thing you do? Like I said, remind me. The next thing you do is to give the groups of 3 digits their group name. The groups of 3 digits their group name, remembering that the first group, starting again from the right, that the first group has no what? Group name. You name each group of 3 digits as shown below, starting from the right. Let's go. The first group, that's the first group, it has no group name. The second group is called thousand. The third group is called million. The next group is called billion. The next group is called trillion, and the next group is called quadrillion. So after you have given them their group names, starting from the right, the next thing you do would be to pronounce the number. But this time, pronouncing the number, you should start from the left. You should start from the left. All right, so this is it. So you start and you read 123 quadrillion, 645 trillion, 231 billion, 987 million, 456,798. I just ended that because there's no group name for that, so you stop it. That is how you pronounce this number. As big as it is, it has become so simple. Now we'll go ahead and take some other few examples, and then there will be exercises for you to do and practice on. And when it gets to the exercises, feel free to pause the video, try to pronounce the number before going ahead with the video. All right, so let's go. The first number here is a single digit number, and it is a 4. All right, let me go back one step because it's something I need to say. Right, if you notice this, you notice that I have placed HTU, 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 HTU for every group of 3 digits. Why have I done that? HTU means 100, tens, and units, and applies to this first set of 3 digits because this is unit, this is tens, unit is 8, tens is 90, therefore combined you have 98. 100 is 700, therefore combined you have 798. So this is 100, this is tens, and this is unit. Now, having said that, you can consider all other set of 3s to be in that form of arrangement, such that you may want to say that this 6 is unit of the next group, which is 1000, unit of 1000, and then this 5 is tens of thousands. So if you're reading this number from this 6, for example, it will be 6,798. If you are reading it from the tens of thousand place, it will be 56,798. If you are reading it from the 100 place of the 1000, it should be 456,798. I hope you understand that. Now, coming to the million, this is standing as the unit of million. So here you have 7 million. Then you have the tens of million, 80 million. So combined with this, it becomes 87,456,798. And then this will be 987 million, which is hundreds of million, 456,000, hundreds of thousand, 798. Then you come here, you also have unit of billion, 1 billion, tens of billion, 31 billion, and so on. Then hundreds of billion, 231 billion, 987 million, and so on and so forth. It goes all the way to the rest. So that's why you have H2U, H2U. Yeah, I just thought of coming back to actually say that. So you, with the examples, we have 4, a single digit number. This is 4. So if it was 6, it would have been 6. If this were to be 7, you just said 7. Then for 2-digit numbers, you know how this is pronounced. That's units and tens. You have 70 7. All right, then when it's a three-digit number, now you have 100 tens and units. So this 4 represents 400, this 7 represents 70, and the 3 represents just 3 units. Okay, so you have 473. All right, now we go on to more complex numbers. Now we have a 4-digit number, which is 3619. So we'll apply the rules as we have explained. First thing you do in pronouncing numbers, particularly when it becomes a 4-digit number and above, what should you do? What are the rules? The rules are: 1, you separate the digits in groups of 3, starting your counting for the separation from the right hand side. All right, so you have 3, 6, 1, 9. We have to pronounce this number. So first thing is to separate the digits in groups of 3, starting your counting from the right. So I count 1, 2, 3. You put your comma. The comma is placed after every 3. Now you have 1. There is no need for more commas because this is just 1 digit after the comma. So you now have to pronounce, give them, the next thing you do is to give them their group names. Remember I said this first set of 3 does not have group names, and the next set of 3 is called what? 1000. Remember that. So in the 1000 we have 3000. This is just unit of 1000. 3619. 619. As we progress, we see some unique situations and we get to practice with them so that we actually know every possible everything we can possibly come across when it comes to pronouncing numbers. So we go to the next example, and that's this on the screen. All right, I need you to put comma on this. So the comma should go where? Yeah, you're right. The comma should go right here after the 7. So how do you do that? You have to count, separate your digits in group of 3s, starting your counting from the right. Now, starting the counting from the right, that will be 0, 1, 7. That is 1, 2, 3. You put a comma between 8 and 7. 1, 2. So we have 2 groups here. The first group is a group without the group name, which is 710, and then the next group is 1000, and we have 78 there, so that's 78,710. Is that clear? So the next example is right here, 760009. 760009. How many digits are on this number? It's 6-digit number, and you are right. The rule remains the same. You separate the digits in the numbers in sets of 3s, starting from the right. You give them their group names, starting from the right, and then you pronounce from the left. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 to put your comma. 1, 2, 3. There's no need for comma because you don't have any more digits going up towards the left side. Then you give them their group names, no group name, and this is called 1000. So let's pronounce 760,009. So you see, in this group set of 3s, you don't have the tens place value, you don't have the 100th place value, so you just have the unit place value, and you just have to pronounce it. 760,009. We'll come back to the use of and later. All right, and 9. So that is how you pronounce this number. I hope you got that right. Now we'll go to the next. I believe going forward now, you should be able to solve the problem before I come to conclusion about how the number is pronounced. So I go on. This example, you have how many digits? 7 digits here. So how do you separate the digits? Let me just write it on the board. 6000789. All right, let's go. First rule: 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. Second rule: group names, no group name, 1000, million. All right, now we have a unique situation here. In the 1000 group set of 3 digits, we don't have any number. All we have there is 000. So what are we to do? Now what you're supposed to do, after you put the commas, you've given them group names, you just have to read from the left. Reading, you read 6,600,000 since there is no digit in the thousand, you don't need to say anything about the thousand. Just be silent about the thousand. So this is 6,789. 6,789. So when you hear this kind of thing, and maybe you hear it in words and you want to translate it, or you want to rewrite it in Arabic numerals, because we call this Arabic numerals. You want to rewrite what someone has said in words in Arabic numerals. 6 million, you write your 6 million. You know this is in the million group. 789. What that means is there is no value in the thousand group, so you just have to put 0, 0, 0 in the thousand group, and then you say 789. That's how you write. So remember that you did not say thousand does not mean there is nothing there, as in you don't have to put something representing the thousand group when writing in digits. You just have to, because this is thousand group. All right, so that's, even the presence of this is what makes you, is what is making you call this million. If this was not here, this wouldn't have been million. Let's say these zeros were not here and what you have is 6. This 6 would have been 1,000. All right, 6,000. So this is what you have to put this. All right, I hope you've learned something from that. This is a unique situation, different from the numbers we've seen earlier. Now let's go on with other examples. All right, can someone pronounce this? Yeah, I believe you've put the commas in the right places. All right, give them their group names. I also believe you've given them their group names. All right, now pronounce. Okay, well done. Well done, you've done right. But let me do it for some other persons who probably did not get this right. So that would be 315, 315, 687, 687, 89. So let's put the commas in the right places. How many digits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So put the commas in the right places. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, and that's all. Group names, no group name, thousand, and million. So let's go. 31,568,789. Simple. So we go to the next example. And the next example is a bigger number and another unique one in a sense. So we have 730. 730. Many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1789. 1789. So let's put the commas. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So group names, no group name, thousand, million, and billion. So let's pronounce 730 billion. What do you say about the million? You say nothing, too quiet. What do you say about the thousand? How many thousands are here? Just 1,000. All right. So this is 730 billion, 1,789. All right. So now we move on to the next. I hope this is clear. We'll still come back to the use of and later, or maybe I should just explain it here. Now, for the use of and, be rest assured that in some countries, like the US and Canada, sometimes they try to pronounce numbers without using and. All right. So they will, for example, pronounce this as 789. 789. All right. So some other places we use and. So let's use and. So the proper use of and is this. When you're pronouncing a number like this, you call this 789. All right. If this 8 was not here and it was a 0, you still say 709. Okay. Now, coming to bigger numbers, if this was 009, this will be 730 billion 1,009 and 9. If this also was 8 as it is, this will be 730 billion 1,089. All right, but then this is 7, so therefore it is 730 billion 1,789. Now see, the way I treated this is not the same way I treated this. I did not say 730 billion and 1,000. I didn't say that. I said 730 billion, 1000. It's towards the side you use and in the sense as we have explained it. However, if this was 131, so this would be 700, and take note of the and. So when you are pronouncing this together after this 100, after the 100, you mention the 100 place value of the billion or of the million or of the thousand, you use and. 730, 750, 751, 792, and so on and so forth. If there were digits here, let's say 475, this will be 475. But if this is 0, you don't say and 75. So you have to go 730 billion, 75 million, 131,000. So the and is coming here because you have the 100 place value there for the 1,000. Is that clear? I hope that is clear with the use of and in pronouncing numbers. So this is 730 billion, 1,789. All right, we'll take other examples, and we're getting close towards the end, and then you have much exercises to do for yourself. All right, we have this. Let's go. Someone pronounce this. Where do you place commas? Place commas here, 1. Then you have here 2, and then you have here 3. So let's give them group names from the right. No group name, 1,000, million, billion. Remember the order when you are giving group name. Remember the order that it goes from no group name to 1,000. That's starting from the right. No group name. Let me do that. No group name. Let me do it here. No group name. Then you have the 1,000 group. Then you have the million group. Then you have the billion group. Then you have the trillion group. Then you have the quadrillion, and there are many more. All right, but let's stop here for now. So you give group names starting with no group name from the right. 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. That's how you give from the right before you now pronounce from the left. If you don't follow the order, you won't get it right. So this is pronounced 3,120,068,789. Right, next is the exercise. Take note and remember, for each given number, you can pause the video to pronounce and then play to continue. All right, now the exercise is this. All right, where should this 8 be if you were to arrange this number, this 38, under this million group, 1,000 group, and no group name? Where should 8 be? I believe 8 has to be here under the unit of the group without group name, and the 3 will have to be here. All right, and that will be pronounce the number. That's your task. All right, so I don't want to give out the answer. You can comment the answer on the comment section. You write it and you write the pronunciation in words, the number in words. All right, okay, this is the 1 comes here, the 5 comes here, and then the 6 comes here without group names. And then we move on. You have 8 comes here, 2 comes here, 3 comes here, that is a group without group name. Then 4 comes here, another group. You know what the group name is, so you should be able to pronounce that. Going forward, I won't be doing this comes here, this comes here. That will be your task to do to help you pronounce the number. All right, and this is the next. You can pause the video, try to pronounce, and then continue. This is the next. Pause the video, try to pronounce, and then continue. This is the next. Yeah, and then this is the next, and this is followed by this one. All right, I'm very interested in you pronouncing this one. All right, then this is the next, So if you can pronounce this one, I'll be very proud of you. In fact, this is the one I'm giving you as a task. You want to make comments, you want to really show that you actually have learned something on any of the platforms you've watched this video, be it YouTube or you watched it on Facebook or other platforms. Please, on the comment section, do yourself and me the favor of writing as in how you pronounce this number. Say how you pronounce this number, just write it in words. Write the number and pronounce it in words. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. We are all learning with education. Remember, we grow together. So we pronounce this number in the comment section, please, please, and please. All right, then the next is all of these. Now when you have done all of this exercise, I believe there is no number you cannot pronounce. I have helped you in trying to pronounce these ones. I have placed commas in the right places, so all the tasks you have to do, in fact the group names have been given. So you pronounce them going by their group name. Let me give you this example. This is let's use J for example. This isn't, the 2 is in the billion group, and that's the unit value of the billion group, so that's 2 billion. This is 539 million. 539 is in the million group. 863,000, and then you have 927. That's how that number is pronounced. You can also write this K and send me the name or how you pronounce this number in the comment section as well. All right, the next one, I have not helped you so much. All I have done is I have actually placed them in the digits in their groups. All right, but you then can pronounce it. It's actually easier. I actually made it easier, I won't lie. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't put commas where they should be, but they are still separated. If you can see, you can see. All right, so these are the examples so far and the exercises. I hope that by virtue of your engaging with this video and doing what you're supposed to do, you have come to the point of conquering numbers, that anywhere you are, in any capacity you are serving, in school or in the professional environment, you'll be able to deal with the numbers and not embarrass yourself or embarrass the school you graduated from. All right, so this is for the good of everyone out there. Let's make use of it. Remember, with education we grow together. And don't forget, like I said, I work with Glitz Edu Consult, and there we offer maths and English preparatory courses for students grade 4 all the way to grade 12, and then for adults as well who feel they have some level of deficiency and want to really do something about their deficiency when it comes to maths and English. And for your information, this is the basics of every academic endeavor, and this is the basic of proper communication in the society. And it's appalling. It's so bad that children go through school from grade 4 to grade 12. They cannot speak right, they cannot write, they cannot listen, they cannot read. They can't read properly in the right sense of what reading really means. They can't. And there are adults too who are having the same challenges. So this is a sincere call. If you know you have any of these challenges I've mentioned with your maths or with your English, even in the math section, if it's quadratic, geometry, whichever issue you have, we are here to help you. So we offer all of this training, and we do it all the way to preparing students for the SAT and TOEFL and IELTS. All right, so do well to reach out to us, call us, and we will have a planned program for you. We'll plan something that suits you and that will be to your convenience. All right, so don't be afraid. We offer these lessons both by physical contact and online. That is physical contact if you are in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and online for any students, any professional, anywhere in the world. Our numbers are right on the screen. Easy, you can reach us by WhatsApp and you can call us. We'll be here to serve you. All right, having had a nice time with you, I believe you now know your numbers. All right, and I wish you well. Stay blessed and stay happy till we meet again with another solution. Bye for now.